My name is Stacey Yvonne. I'm with Pride.com. We are here with Maitreya, the star of Never Have I Ever, playing Davy. What do we have to look forward to from Davy next season?
Ooh, I mean, this is season 3 is the season of Team Davy for sure, which makes me really happy. And we get to look forward to seeing her realize she's the biggest obstacle in her own way of what she wants, you know? And I think a lot of fans are going to be able to relate to that. And I think it's going to be one hell of a season. And there's going to be a lot of sad moments, so get ready.
What does it feel like to be able to kind of play a character that may be flawed or, you know, has a little more dimensionality to them?
It's so great. I think I truly got spoiled for my first gig because Davy has so much about her. She's confident, but she also has insecurities. Every time she says something that's a joke, that's, you know, about her insecurities, there's always a hint of sadness. And truly, there's so much to play with there. I really got spoiled for my first role. I really did.
And you're so wonderful at her. I love Davy. At first, it took me a while to watch it because I was like, oh, YA, I'm grown. I'm too old.
Oh, fair enough.
Did it up. I was like, I love this girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That means a lot.
We are standing with Lee Rodriguez, and you played the wonderful Fabiola. I absolutely adore. From the first season when she kind of had her eye on someone else, and then we just see her blossom. Tell us what we have to look forward to from Fab for this next season.
I mean, Fabiola this season, you see her in her element. Because season 1, season 2, she's like struggling with her identity and where she fits in. And I feel like this season, it's more so relationship-wise. She's just like going around. Feeling some stuff out, yeah. For sure.
I cannot wait to see it. Tell us about like what has been your favorite part about filming this latest season.
There's this one scene with Darren, and I feel like it's really cool because I don't get to normally work with Darren. And so, yeah, it's just like one episode where it's like we're together most of the time. And so it's really cool. I'm excited for people to see that episode.
I cannot wait for people to see it. I hear this first episode, there's like a lot that happens. Are you pretty?
This first episode's pretty cool. And then I think we're going to watch episode 2 as well. And so I'm excited because something cool happens for Fabiola.
We are here with Jaron Lewison, and he plays Ben. And Ben, I kind of wonder if we have some moonlighting vibes with him and Davy. Tell me kind of like about their rivalry and, are we going to see more from them?
Oh, absolutely. I think that that's the core of their friendship is that witty banter, and sometimes it edges on that line of like, oh, don't say that. But I think that that's what makes it fun, and they challenge each other, and they're good for each other. They push each other, they make each other uncomfortable, and they force each other to grow. And I think that's what you need in a significant other.
What do we have to look forward to from Ben for this next season?
There are so many twists and turns and so many ups and downs. This season, like every season, is so rich and is so multidimensional and complex, not only for Ben, but for every character. This season, I say it every time, and I mean it. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And I can't wait for everyone to watch this 3rd season and see the fan reactions, because they're going to be something.
We're ready. Twitter's about to blow up.
It's going to blow up. It will.
Tell us who you play and more about your character, what we're going to see of them in this next season.
Certainly. I play Dez in Never Have I Ever, and I play another love interest for Davy, someone who's combining the best qualities of both Ben and Paxton. Nerdy, but very sexy, I think, in my own opinion.
I like it. So tell us, what's been your favorite part about shooting?
I mean, the opportunity to just be on a set where there's so many people that have those shared experiences that are Asian American, that are people of color. Unfortunately, it's very rare in Hollywood, but the fact that it's changing and I'm able to have that experience is, I'm going to remember it for the rest of my life,
First of all, Adam Shapiro, who plays Mr. Shapiro, how did you swing that?
It was a tough job to kind of stretch into this role. Daniel Day-Lewis is a big inspiration for me, and so when I realized I was going to be playing Mr. Shapiro, I went really method with it.
But as yourself.
Yeah, and I lived in a Shapiro sort of skin for 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah, in the Valley. And I started to learn how a Shapiro moves, how a Shapiro talks, and I learned very quickly that it was already inside of me and that I was ready.
There we go. But one thing I love about Mr. Shapiro is he is so open and so accepting, but he's so passionate about wanting these kids to learn something. Are we going to see more and more of that in season 3?
Oh, you're going to see that as soon as season 3 starts. I'm talking the first minute of episode 1, season 3. You will see Mr. Shapiro take it up a notch with a little bit of production value. You know, Mr. Shapiro loves a dramatic lesson plan, and in season 3, he adds music.
So would you say that along with being the hotness main plate here, would you say that he's the heart of the show?
Yeah, I would say, I wouldn't say Mr. Shapiro's the heart of the show. I would say Davey's the heart, but Mr. Shapiro is definitely the sex symbol of the show. And I think like when a lot of people tune in looking for that sort of romantic, sexy vibe, it's really the classroom scenes that provide that, I think. A lot of people say it's Darren, but I just don't see it.
Get your fans ready.
Yeah. You know, everyone's talking about Paxton, but personally, I watch and I just go,
It's too many muscles.
it's too many muscles.
We don't need all that.
You just need one. I've got a 1-pack.
Tell us what we have to look forward to in season 3.
All the same wonderful comedy, all the same gut-wrenching drama, and a love triangle that's a whole new shape, but still on fire, so.
All right, we love a triangle. Tell us what was your favorite part of shooting?
And I just can't wait.
Every minute of it. It's so hard to pick. I mean, I work with some of the most talented people in the game. I love them all, and they all bring it every single time, so I feel forced to bring it, and I'm always trying to best myself.
Now, you are admittedly one of the heartthrobs of the show, but Mr. Shapiro seems to think that he is the real sex symbol. Would you agree with that?
No. But I like people to live their dreams, you know?
We are here with the wonderful Dino. He plays Jonah on Never Have I Ever. What do we have to look forward to from Jonah this season?
From Jonah this season, you can expect the usual. We got some shade, we got some sass, but we also have some hard truth and, you know, love. It may be a little tough, but it's love.
What was your favorite part of shooting this season?
Ooh, this season, I think, well, I don't know if I'm giving a spoiler. I guess getting to work with some teachers in a different capacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of Never Have I Ever is about romance and love. Will Jonah kind of experience that, do we think, this season, or will we have to wait and see?
I think we got a little taste of it last season at the end. We had a prom date that was like dressed to the nines right alongside Jonah.
So nice.
So that was a highlight enough for me.
Well, I can't wait to see how that develops and blossoms. So I love that the cast is so diverse, and not just ethnically, but also gender-wise, sexualities. How does it feel to be on a cast like that?
It feels so amazing and so rewarding and cathartic in so many ways. I remember when I first walked in for day 1 of shooting the pilot, I felt like unworthy to be there because I was like, yeah, I'm the gay guy, but I'm the white gay guy. Like, what am I offering this table? And then when they decided they were going to embrace the fact that I wore hearing aids, I was like, oh, I guess I do bring something to the table. And so it was something that made me have even more self-love for myself.
We are standing here today with Ramona Young. She plays Eleanor, our resident drama queen, the woman who is just amazing. I absolutely love her spirit. It shines so bright, and you're exemplifying that today. I love the makeup. Can you hold up your little pizza purse? Yes! Talk about a slice. I love it. Tell us what we have to look forward to from Eleanor this season.
Eleanor gets into a pretty serious relationship, and it's the most long-term relationship she's ever been in before.
Well, so I know you can't really say like with who, but is it going to be kind of all-encompassing? Will it affect the friendship with the girls?
Their friendship is always going to be solid no matter what happens, so we'll always have that.
I don't know. Well, what did you enjoy most about shooting season 3?
Always spending time with people that I admire and love.
So you play Zoe. Tell me more about your cast member and what we have to look forward from them for season 3.
Zoe, she definitely gets meaner. She likes to stir the pot a little bit, but I don't know if she does it intentionally. It's just kind of, I think, in her blood, believe it or not. And I think you guys have a lot of exciting things this season, a lot of turns that Davey has to overcome, and I think that we make it a bit hard for her.
Well, do we find that Zoe ever kind of softens a little bit, or is she just kind of through and through?
I think she might be through and through, just cold-hearted, and yeah, she's one of those.
How fun is that to play?
It's a lot of fun. She's very opposite of me. I'm very nerdy. I was in the school orchestra, so playing, such a mean conniving girl is really fun.
I'm here with Terry who plays Addison on Never Have I Ever. Tell us more about your character and what we have to look for from them in season 3.
Absolutely. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not allowed to spoil anything.
Spoil it!
No, bad influence. But I will say you all are in for just more juice, more tea, more sauciness, and more love in this season. I think Addison plays into that a little bit, maybe. And we'll kind of just play that out. I'm going to leave it at that.
I love that there's so much diversity, and not just ethnically, but also sexually and gender-wise. We have a little bit of everybody, and it's all acceptable. Is this kind of the direction that you hope we're going toward?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously, I hope. I also am hopeful because I do think there have been projects, like the last project I was in, Zombies 3, was also, my character is non-binary, and, so I'm really excited and hopeful that, creators like Mindy and Lang and the whole writers' room really support diversity like this,
What's that like to be able to play a character that kind of represents you and is actually the first time as a representation for a lot of others?
Yeah. On a personal level, it is kind of it's just me. I don't think about it like I'm playing a non-binary character or a queer character. It's just this is just us, But obviously I understand that it means more for a bigger crowd, and I'm just really privileged, to be in this position and excited to see what it means for people. Yeah.
We are here with the wonderful Mindy Kaling, creator, co-creator, writer, producer, etc., for Never Have I Ever, this fantastic Netflix show. Tell us what we have to look forward to in season 3.
This season is very, very funny. The reason I bring that up is I just feel like on comedies now, we just go home and watch a comedy, and so many of them are so serious. And this one is just funny. We deal with really serious issues of identity and grief and mental health, but we always try to lead first with joy and laughter. And so that, I don't know, I sort of feel like life is hard, and when you come home, you should celebrate life, and I don't know, just made to feel happy. So that's really what we try to do, is make a joyous show. And so I think that's the headline.
Well, I heard you mention Euphoria, so will we be getting a Euphoria-style, very dark bottle episode?
No, I was thinking about how I love Euphoria. I think Sam is a genius. That cast is amazing. And I often think wow, I can't believe there are 2 shows that are technically about high school that are this different. But I really admire what they're doing.
So this is 3 years since Dramarama shot. Yes. I am a huge Dramarama fan. I was at both screenings, and each time you couldn't be there because you were shooting.
I was shooting, and there was one time where I was auditioning, I think, even. So this isn't, well, it's nice to be
thrilled when you got it. So yeah, I met everyone else, and I was like, I can't wait to see Megan so I can finally say hi and all that.
And remind me your name?
Stacey Yvonne.
Stacey, nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. So season 3, Never Have I Ever. Tell us, what's the name of your character?
Anissa. I play Anissa Qureshi.
There we go. Yes. Wonderful. What do we have to look forward to from Anissa?
I think we just have more of her badassery to look forward to. She's a girl who knows what she wants. She's not afraid to stand up for herself. And I'm really proud of her this season. Really proud. And we get to see another layer to Anissa that we haven't yet seen. So I'm excited to see what fans think of that.
We are here with Richa Moorjani.
Yes.
And wonderful, who plays Kamala on our beautiful cousin. Beautiful, but she doesn't know it, but she kind of does. I love seeing her kind of evolve and kind of, understand her place and trying to break out of that. What will we have to look forward for her for season 3?
Well, as you said, I think it's been so fun to see her evolve and to see her grow and to stand up for herself like she did in season 2 at her lab. And season 3 is more of that, learning to stand up for herself, not just at her place of work, but in her family, which is actually a lot harder for her.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure it's such a big part culture-wise when we talk about that. And even no matter how kind of westernized or Americanized you get, there's still kind of that little inkling in the back. Tell me about kind of developing that within Kamala. What kind of it gave her the strength to stand up.
You know, I think she actually learns a lot from Davy. I think it's really beautiful the way the characters have been written, and you know, at first Davy hates Kamala when she first comes to live with them because she feels like her cousin's perfect and she has to be just like her to win her mom's approval. But you see that Kamala's actually not perfect, and they actually learn from each other. And Kamala learns to not take no for an answer and to channel her own rage because of following Davy's example.
Everyone's, you know, talking about Darren, they're talking about the Benjamins, but I was excited about Johnny Mac. And I absolutely love the voiceover. How did you get involved with the project overall?
You know, it just was I guess it was a fluke. I met Mindy at this Vanity Fair Oscar party. She goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe we're meeting. I have this idea for you to narrate the show." And I'm like, "Yeah, right, sort of. What are the odds of that?" And then lo and behold, it actually happened. And here we are premiering season 3 and doing season 4. And now all of a sudden I'm like a narrator on a series on Netflix. Unbelievable.
Well, I was going to say it's gone 3 seasons. We have another one coming down the pipeline. What do we have to look forward to from your wise narration this season?
Well, you know, to me, I said we got to go out with guns blazing, you know, but that's ultimately up to Mindy and Lang. But I think they did some of that. You know, they're bringing more people and crazier things happening that I'm not at liberty to say. And they didn't call me up to write the scripts, but I do. You know, I sort of look at these and I'm like, okay. They had their thinking caps on, you know, they're sort of in this flow, and it's unbelievable that I'm, of all things, the narrator for a 17-year-old Indian American girl.
And it's one of those things that's so wild, but that's probably why it works.
I think it's different, and Mindy seemed to think that this was something that was going to work. She talked about her parents, her father in particular, being a big fan, so I don't know how it was going to go over in the beginning, but I was pleasantly surprised.
We're staying with Ranjita, who plays Nirmala, the grandmother of Davy. I love your guys' relationship, and I wanted to ask about your thoughts about why you think the grandparents, grandkids, why that relationship is so special.
I think firstly because they're not your own. You know, they're somebody else. They're not your 100% responsibility. So you can take care of them and then say, okay, go. But no, I think they always say that grandchildren are dearer than your own children. I don't know. I'm not, in my real life, I'm not a grandmother, so I don't know. But that's what they say. And, you know, Davy, I think in this particular case, I think the grandmother is serving as closure. You know, she's bringing some balance into their crazy lives, you know, because when a person dies, there's always friction. So then she comes in between and tries to diffuse the situation. Yeah.
Well, I absolutely love it. What are you most looking forward to for season 3?
Season 3, I think it's again full of messes. Davy has a few more love interests, and you know, let's see where it takes her.
So you're going to be in 13 the musical. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, well, 13 the musical, it's an adaptation of the Broadway show. I play Eddie in it, and I'm a friend to Malcolm and Brett, and I have this big number called Bad Bad News when I help my friend Brett try to get over this girlfriend he's not supposed to have and get with the girl who he truly loves.
All right. Well, we are looking forward to seeing it. Thanks so much for talking with us.